Loading, 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 loading. So let's see here. Here we have another part that we introduced.
While safety is one of many Enrichment Center goals, the Aperture Science High Energy pellet seen to the left of the chamber can't. Unbelievable. You.
Subject name here.
Must be the pride of.
Subject hometown here.
Yep. So here we introduce these balls that will be very integral in solving things later on. And this puzzle is very easy when you have seen it before, but is integral to give you the information you need to solve these kind of puzzles. So it's a way to introduce that mechanic as well.
Warning devices are required on all mobile equipment. However, alarms and flashing hazard lights have been found to agitate. Good. Now use the Aperture Science unstationary scaffold to reach the chamber lock.
Yeah. So here we are introduced to the same kind of problem that we had earlier, but we also get the information that there will be moving parts in the puzzle that we have to take into account, that we have to jump on these and so on and solve the puzzle with both portals and portal mechanics and using easy, simple physics to help us out through it.
Please note that we have added a consequence for failure. Any contact with the chamber floor will result in an unsatisfactory mark on your official testing record, followed by death. Good luck.
Let's see if we can solve this already. Looks like we did just that. The same puzzle but even harder, so you need to figure out where this dot on the wall, what that significates, that this dot is actually a part of that, so you can see where that will end up.
Very impressive. Please note that any appearance of danger is merely a device to enhance your testing
I think we will have to change the audio so we don't have this really high
experience
voice, so I can hear myself think. Yeah, so this is just the same, a little bit harder, but still good to know that you have a floor that you could actually die on, so you have some consequences. And that is also good to note that later on we will have even more hazardous situations. So the game gives you the information and learns the fact that you actually need to look at your surroundings and that failure
The Enrichment Center regrets to inform you that this next test is impossible. Make no attempt to solve it.
Because our
Yep. impossible.
Fantastic. You remain resolute and resourceful in an atmosphere of extreme pessimism.
I guess I missed some cameras. It's not that important. So, in this case, you got the information that you first off can't create portal on these walls, and you need to use all the spaces of the room. In this case, you had a little opening here that you could push through, and if you had gone with a cube through this, you would have learned that this have consequences as well, that it will actually remove the cube. So you can't just move through there. So it's a good way to show that as well. If you haven't seen it before, I mean, because you could at this point already have noticed that you can't move through these grids with material, but there's the first puzzle where you actually can't move through.
Hello again. To reiterate, previous one. For momentum.
Yeah, so here we learn that if we go through a portal, we fly out of this portal a bit faster. And I think we will have another example of that will give us an even greater experience of this.
Spectacular. You appear to understand how a portal affects forward momentum, or to be more precise, how it does not.
And you will get the information in a funny way as well. So. Really interested that we haven't actually gotten the...
Momentum, a function of mass and velocity, is conserved between portals. In layman's terms, speedy thing goes in, speedy thing comes out.
I really thought that we had the red or orange gun already here, but we don't. So another good way to restrain from introducing too much complexity in the puzzle too early, because that puzzle could have been really hard to figure out if you had to create the orange ones, but those were very intuitive and really they put the hard ones down so you could do the easy ones and could figure the puzzle out.
The Enrichment Center promises to always provide a safe testing environment. In dangerous testing environments, the Enrichment Center promises to always provide useful advice. For instance, the floor here will kill you. Try to avoid it.
Yep. Really useful advice. Thank you for that. Not really sure if that will help me in any way, shape or form, but in this case we could move through here, so we get into this room. Here we... Let's see here. So here we need to time the shot as well. So I only let you through when it's actually pointing the right way. No, that was the wrong way. So let's see here. That was the wrong way. That's the wrong way. way. This is the right way. Now it should go through. And we actually hit that one, yeah? Right. So now we can just walk through this portal. If it will get there. Hope so. And the other way, the other thing here is that we actually get introduced to the other portal gun in the same way that we got introduced to the first one. We actually...
The device has been modified so that it can now manufacture 2 linked portals at once. As part of an optional test protocol, we are pleased to present an amusing fact. The device is now more valuable than the organs and combined incomes of everyone in.
Subject hometown here.
And they added a button, so you easily could go to the next location, and I forgot that. So that means that I have to wait for this to come back here so I can push the button again. Well, sometimes you don't remember all the facts. But I still think we need to have that portal here so we can get back through it. So switch up, push the button. Is that the right call? Got it in there? Yes, I did. So this was a bit harder, but the reward was greater as well, because you got the second part of the portal gun and you could create portals that you could walk through like this, which is really great. So now we could actually get a closer look of our friend and the person we are playing. So yeah, I think that room was a really nicely designed room with a lot of new elements and old elements into one. So we had a bit of a harder puzzle, but where all the different mechanics we have already seen in other rooms, they were only added in a bit harder way to figure out. So that's interesting. So let's go to the next location. So see now that we have both, what's the first puzzle that we will encounter?
Get Lucida, fling yourself. Fling into space.
So here we need to fling ourselves into space. That could easily be done by creating portals through them. So here we have them. Okay, so we need to fling ourselves up there in order to get cube. So, and then we see that we need also to get down there with the cube in order to put it on the bottom. And here we can take the easy part and just go through. I love these audio rewards that you get between each level, that GLaDOS comes and gives you this audio cue that you did something well there. That's interesting. I think they also added, I haven't seen that before, they actually added the little marker if you have a portal open somewhere. That was a nice little addition to your pointer. So I guess create a portal there, create a portal there. You see that the last portal I created was the red one, and now it's the blue one. So they have added a marker that will tell you if
Now that you are in control of both portals, this next test could take a very, very long time. If you become lightheaded from thirst, feel free to pass out. An intubation associate will be dispatched to revive you with peptic salve and adrenaline.
Let's see here. Remember the boxes were a bit easier to get through last time. I might be remembering. So we actually need to have more inside here. So we can link that down here. Now that's open. Do we need to jump from? Yeah, of course.
As part of a previously mentioned required test protocol, we can no longer lie to you. When the testing is over, you will be missed.
Audio cues again. They're so small jokes, but still they are really pointed, so they're fun to listen to. So let's see here. We have another.
All subjects intending to handle high-energy gamma-leaking portal technology must be informed that they may be informed of applicable regulatory compliance issues. No further compliance information is required or will be provided, and you are an excellent test subject.
So this is really interesting that you see the floor go up, and then it goes down directly, so that gives you the hint that you could jump through there. That wasn't the right way to jump. Perhaps I try that instead. Don't really remember all these puzzles. Most of them are quite obvious, but some aren't. So yeah, it's fun to figure these out again. So I guess that we have these. Yep. Now we need to create a portal here, and we need to figure out how to jump over here without destroying our portal, because we want to keep it. Or we could have gone through this portal if we wanted. Thinking with portals. So now if I create a portal up there, we should get one of those shooting things there.
Very good. A complimentary victory lift has been activated in the main chamber.
That means that we can get through here. So there again, they added complexity by with creating things in different locations. So you had to go look for them, and you had to use everything that you had learned before and actually put them in.
The Enrichment Center is committed to the well-being of all participants. Case
Here we
and
have
group
this,
counseling will be available at the conclusion of the test.
fling room.
Thank you
that
for
need
helping
to,
us help you help
just
us
create
all.
multiple portals to get through that one. So that's when you have seen it, it's easy, I guess. In this case, you need to create multiple portals that way, and figure out how to transfer the ball through the different rooms, so you get the sense that you could shoot things fast and move your portals from one area to the next to solve that. In this case, you need to figure out how to fling yourself all this way. And when you figure out that here we have a room with a bit more of a room, so we could actually get the momentum. But before you see this room, you could be a bit dubious to how to solve it. And when you actually see that room, you realize that, oh, I need to actually create a portal down here as well while I'm flung. So that could be a challenge for you. And here we have more of the same. More flinging. And then figure out how to move. You could either do it in one direction or in the other. This is one way to go about it. Yes, there are more, but yeah. Efficient. You could do it by flinging on one side to the other side, but that could be harder for you because the angles could be a bit off. But in this case, you get better angles. Yes. So here we don't need to wait for. No, we can't wait for it because it actually just goes into the wall. So now we need to wait for the next one. It comes here. So get the next one. Now we are over here. This was a long chamber. I remember this one as well. So in this one we need to be quick between the different sides in order to push both buttons. So that one. Nope.
Did you know you can donate one or all of your vital organs to the Aperture Science Self-Esteem Fund for Girls? It's true.
Well, that's also a really nice award for this. Now that we have done a lot of different things, so it was a lot of busy work and a lot of different challenges. And this last puzzle, that clicker that you heard, click, 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 gave you a really good sense of that this was timed and that you needed to do something quickly. And if you didn't see the both buttons on each side, you had two lifts, so that will give you a sense of that you need to be on both sides. So if you go over to one side and look and then go down and go up on the other side, you will see the both buttons, and if you try them in order, you will see that they open different things. And then you have the knowledge how to solve this puzzle. So it's a really nice way to introduce timed puzzles.
Due to mandatory scheduled maintenance, the appropriate chamber for this testing sequence is currently unavailable. It has been replaced with a live fire course designed for military androids. The Enrichment Center apologizes for the inconvenience and wishes you the best of luck.
So we're already at number 16. So here we are introduced to all these small robots that shoot. So it'll be fun to...
Even though we didn't want Portal to be too combat heavy, we wanted to add at least a light combat mechanic. After a few less than successful attempts to actually realize this light combat concept, we settled on turrets as a good compromise. The turrets can be defeated with tricky Portal maneuvers, but they're also susceptible to a more straightforward Berserker approach.
Here we get our first hint that there is a different world around us with a lore all of itself. Here we have the cake is a lie, which is a meme that has gone through the internet earlier. I think when the game was launched, it was one of the first memes that we heard. And here you get the first sense that there is another world outside of this testing chamber, somewhere that you could get to, where the portal gun isn't as useful, because here we have no surfaces that where we can shoot anything. So you get a sense of that puzzles in this environment could be really hard. So this is a good way to introduce that you actually could be required to go out of the test chambers later. And here we have help, another word to entice you to go this way and look at this room. Okay, so that's something we can shoot. Then we need to use boxes here. Boxes to here we have bullet holes is something that I have added later, because I haven't seen these before. So that's a nice improvement of the game, that you actually see that the turrets are doing damage.